now that we go into the new year, we're going to do 5 New Year's nail designs for this. But as you can see, I got my phone here. I got my little case here of Hollow Taco tools. And that means I'm going to cut these a little shorter to start the new year off. To do my 3rd of a nail design. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to change this to a different case because this one is my holiday one for the time it has been. But it's now time to change it and all that, just to something different. You know me, I like to change it up with my cases. So that is what I'm doing. But as you can see, these are pretty much all I'm going to be using today. And why I have 2 of the same is this is one of those few times, one of the first few times actually, maybe 1 or 2 polishes I got, that I re-bought a Hollow Taco polish. This one's kind of gotten thick and kind of past it. I probably could put a few dots of nail polish thinner, which would probably help. But I have the new one, and I'm thinking I might use this for a certain reason, because Australia, right? And it's more warmer here. Well, for the most part, at least. It has sometimes been cold, but warmer for the most part at this time of year. Beach stuff. So I'm doing New Year's nails mixed with a little bit of a beachy vibe. That's right, a beachy vibe to it all. But I'm still going off the black because I saw these couple nails, like this one here particularly, definitely AI, right? When they look that perfect like that in their image like that, it's very AI-y, if you know what I mean. Oh, yes, oh, yes. And then these other ones were just simple. The like it was silver or like a gold, whatever. But I think I'm going to do very similar to that. Might add a few gemmy gems just to give it that. But like that, there is my phone, Nakioso. And I decided, at least for a period of time, I'm going to use this one. Nice black animal print, you know, like, you know, leopard, I think is what you call that. So I'm going to do that, and it has my fun little dangly thing on it. I'm just going to leave on it and all that awesomenesses, because it's definitely time to change up my case. Do have a few cheapish cases, and that's it. But like always, this is going back on my phone. And voila. This one actually has a magnet that is more made to be for cases. This one just has one built in that I added, so it's not as strong as this one. But there we go. I guess my phone is just going to be showing off a little bit more for the time being. So now that my phone is done. Well, speaking of sparkle, and that's that. But I do need to get into cutting about a 1/3 off, because just to let you know, where this is, where is it? There is paint right there from nail polish. That's because it is cracked kind of sideways, and I put glue on it when the nail polish is still on. So it is there because there's glue there keeping it on. So I thought I'd just leave that nail polish there for now, and I might leave it in anyway. And let me show you another one. This here is a little bit of a crack, kind of. I glued it down so it's perfectly fine, but because it's been doing that and getting a little bit of pressure, it's time for it to take at least a 1/3 off of the longer nails. So, and then this one I've been gluing down high. There's actually could be a chunk out of this, but because the glue has been like almost making it, if that piece of nail never fell off, it's just slightly crazed to the craze. I'm not sure what I'm going to do when I get new glue, because this country does not have a Superdrugs, so I can't get Superdrugs own branded nail glue, and that so far is the best one I've had. So I don't know what I'm going to do there, because the Kiss one was good, but it wasn't as good as this one. But I'm just going to have to deal with it. So let me get my nails fixed up and all of that to my little bit of a 1/3. Then we can get into the nail look that you saw with some black and some of that beach, please, of a chunky polish. Just to give you an idea here, on this hand, which is the hand you always see me using to do my nail designs the most, and then I do this one off camera. But this one has had a split here for a long time. I just glue it down with the glue and it works fine. So I'm probably just going to leave that one. But because that's this, and that's the thing I was showing you, I'm going to need to fix that to a point, and I'm going to cut this one as well, even though this one, just like my thumb, but mine is still painted, is very strong. If you can see those lines, it makes my ring fingers extremely strong, just like these ones, especially the one on my left hand of my thumbs. So with that in mind, it's still going to get cut a little bit. I'm still going to keep this glued down, and I'm only going to cut a 1/3. And this one, I don't think I'm going to cut at all. So I just have this. I have my smaller of my things. Yes, granted, I know sometimes some people say don't cut. It can, but I have to cut because it's going to take forever to file it down. So all I'm going to do is do about a third, and then I'm going to measure and do about a third for that one. And what I do is, because my nails are so strong, if you've seen in my other previous doing my nails, taking a third off of my nail polish, I will just get enough cut, and then in a way that's safe and not damaging, I pull it off. The reason why I pull it off is because cutting it can be very hard to get the right amount off. This might be a little hard because there might be glue there a little bit because of me putting glue for that area. But there we go with that. That's plenty cut. And then we're just gonna let it grow again. But my thumb, I always let grow as long as I possibly can. Now I'm just shaping the top of my nail. Now that the top is nice and done, I just got to do the sides and taper them in like I like. Yes, that's right. I like to taper these in very nicely on the side there. As you've seen in the past, this is my go-to design. So yeah, this is a great way and my idea to start the new year right, with my nails not being too long, so they have time to grow, and any little nicky nicks don't have so much pressure on them, so they can grow out and all of that goodness. So yeah, I'm just doing this at an angle up to the middle of the nail because I like to do my coffin-y squarish, whatever you want to call that shape. I'm not really sure because I do like the coffin, but I do think it's in between, so it's like a swan, whatever the name might be, potentially. But yeah, just side, 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 side. Do it all. Now that I got the shapes to how I like them for the most part, I'm now going to do a slight curve of it, only very slight though, because the two sides that make it kind of like a coffin square, I like to slightly round them off so they're not pokey, and then just take a little bit of that off so it's smooth for the most part but still keeps that coffin square. That is so I don't poke anything, and then I make sure my nails stay much better. And I did shape the ones around it a little bit, even if I wasn't really making them that much shorter. That was so because my nails do after over time as they wear a little bit as I have them on, because my natural nails, you know, they are going to get as time goes on, so they need reshaping. So yeah, so there we go. That hand looks nice. I might need to shape it just a little bit, but pretty much that is nice and done for my liking. I'll just have to do my other hand because this one is having some things, and this is my hand I use a little bit more for things at times, so it's probably a good idea to cut these, especially when I'm having a nail split, and that is why that nail polish is still on, so because of the glue and everything. So yeah, let me just get this one nice and shapened up, and then we can officially get into this nail art of it all with all of these polish. As we start with the first base for the first nail design with this awesome beach please. Doesn't it sparkle like high heavens? Yep, and just like in the picture you saw, I'm doing these stripes going sideways to the top to the bottom on a diagonal of it. So there we go with all of that looking good, each stripe to the next. And then I decided to use some of my topper that I use, the rose gold topper, in between, and even though it had a little bit of black in it, that's okay. So now a gem, that's what I wanted to do. I did tell you I was going to gemify these to a point, so that's what I am doing. I am putting these, I thought I'd use some of the similar ones I used on another one. So as I was using those, I didn't like them because I didn't think they would stay on very well. And I saw this nice big one, and that's nice and flat and much easier to hold on, even though it is big. Now a nice glossy top coat. That design looking good. Now to the next design, which is on my pointer finger. And this one's a very simple one, even more simple, with the nice rose gold topper on top of the black, and then it's a little bit of gemmy gem at the bottom. And this is the one I was talking about that I thought I might use the same gems, and I definitely am using them in here. I made sure that it really was in that glue, especially because it's not a flat bottom. As you can see, I'm adding a little glue to the part that is exposed to have that, and now just that top coat like before. Now, with the same base coat of it all, and this one I did 3 coats on both, and this one I was trying to write in the sand, as you can see, with this piece of wood stick, but it didn't work too well fully, because I was noticing. So now I thought I would try with the same color to make it like 3D come out of the sand kind of color of the beach, please. But that still didn't work. So now I'm trying the silver version of the snow one. So then that didn't show well enough in my opinion. So I'm just using black, and that for all in all did the best. And then I put a top coat of all that, and whoops, still looks good even with the slightly messed up too. So there it is. And now with one of the other ones of the nails, I'm just doing a simple with the black and then taking the same beach please and just went up it and flared it out at the bottom, and now a gem on it. A nice little square, really, really flat, pretty much for the most part, gem. So there is that one. Now, of course, my thumb, and this is one with the hollow snow of it all. This one has a few coats, and this one I just left like this, and oh my gosh, does that sparkle to high heavens. Now, of course, a second coat with my thinner polish that's not so thick on top, and yes, I did add a little gem on the 2026 nail to make sure it looked much better. And why not make it even more bling bling with some rings? Yes, bling bling to the rings. Oh yes, doesn't that elevate it? Yes, yes, yes. My nails are done in both my hands. As you can see, one is silverified, one is kind of like a nice muted goldified. Yep, with a little bit of rose gold. That's what I thought I would do with this hand. Looking good. Yes, you probably saw that the 20 got smudged. The 2. I must not wait for it to dry long enough or something. But when I did this one, even though this one's more, because it was harder to fit on the nail, being on this hand, to make it small enough. But all in all, these look so nice. And all that with my New Year's nails of it all. I'm so glad I went off those pictures and added the black to all of the sparkle. So with all that and the aftermath of my nails, for dang, 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 sure. So the gold hand, the silver hand. I will see you in the next video with the next aftermath of some nails. And of course, my nails got shorter, so time to grow them once again at this length. Sparkle, sparkle, bell.